Hello guys and welcome back to From the Deck, and we are today not in my house. I actually just broke into a house because crime is legal in Los Angeles, of course. Well, I'm living in Cancun, but I suppose that crime is legal in Los Angeles, so I can enter into anyone's house and record with their stuff, no? Okay, so today we're going to talk about the deck that I will use for YCS Cancun. It's a deck that is complicated to say the least. I mean, you have all of these cool cars, they're very cool looking, they have good effects somewhat, but the problem is that you only have two songs for these cards, and it's in your left and in your right. I wish the pendulum songs were back, but what can we do? I mean, today we talk about Odai's Performapal Magician, da 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 da. Basically, Pendulum, Turbo, and Bonito, no? So, let's get into it and see what the fuck am I playing. This is the deck that I'm talking about. You can see main, extra side. Now, let's start with our little main, no? For the main, we have the Odai's cards first, no? Let's start with some of them, no? Obviously, as you can see the list here on that side of the screen, this side of the screen, okay? We start with 3 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. I mean, I think that is pretty obvious, no? Well, after that, we're playing 2 copies of Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon. As you know, very important. I only play 2 because I don't think the 3 is necessary, but I mean, you can play the 3. Phantom Dragon, no explanation there. This one, Pendulograph, is very cool. It can negate a spell. If you Pendulum Summon it from the hand, you can only do that, or Ritual Summon it, but come on. But you have to have a scale free to negate. I mean, that's not difficult in this deck, but you need to be careful with that. 2 Revolution, you could play the 3, I don't like the 3 though, so only 2. 2 Persona Dragon and 2 Mirage Dragon, which is the basic ratios for this deck, no? You don't need to do any much else, no? So that is it for the Odai's cards. Let's go with the Performables, okay? We need a couple of monsters also, no? 3 Skullcrobat Joker, best normal summon of the deck. You can search a scale, and that scale completes your scale, because of course. 2 Pendisork, because Pendisork can free your scales, add Skullcrobat Joker back, whatever, no? Celestial Magician is good, it's basically monkey board, but a little bit better in my opinion. They can add scale at the end of the turn, which is important. And finally, 1 Performapal Odai's Dissolver. The Odai's Dissolver lets you fusion summon. I put it here because technically it's a Performapal by name, but it's also an Odai's, and because it's an Odai's, you can special summon it with the vanilla scale effect, no? If not, what could we do without the Supreme Kings, no? We're playing 2 Darkworm. Darkworm, again, very important that you know how Darkworm works, no? You can special summon it from the graveyard, which is very good. In a moment I explain the reason. Then gate 0, gate infinity, the targets that you can look for when it's normal special summon. You play infinity here, which is that's okay, I guess. It conflicts a little bit, but not that much really. Astrograph and Chronograph on the anime, these are the bad boys. The bad boys, because these are the ones that transform Yuya into the Spring King. Here, they're just very good triggers that can add, in the case of Astrograph, or in the case of Chronograph, special summon a scale. Very, very, very good monsters here. And let's go with the Magician part of this, because we are playing Magician monsters. We start with 2 Double Iris Magician. Double Iris, again, somewhat important to be honest, because it lets you basically do anything, no? If you pop it, you can then search for a Pendulum Graph card. That doesn't have to be a trap, it can be Odai's Pendulum Graph Dragon, because of course it can be Pendulum Graph Dragon, which is pretty good in my opinion. If you're playing Pendulum Graph Dragon and if you know what it does, then you are in for a ride. 1 Black Fang Magician, 1 Purple Poison, obviously. You play all the basic magicians, White Wing, Harmo, and Noble Dragon Magician. I mean, 3 tuners, they're okay for the deck. You don't really need more. one purple poison, one black fan, that's just fine. And finally, Majesty Pegasus, the Draco Slayer, that's a new one, and Master Pendulum, the Draco Slayer. You can special summon this with one of the extra deck cards, we talk about it in a second, but Majesty Pegasus, basically if you summon it, you can search for a field spell, any field spell. We're only playing one field spell, but it's a good card basically to just get you any field spell. It costs a discard from the hand after you have the field spell, but I mean, that's like not really relevant. And finally, for the main deck, we have the rest of the main deck. We are playing 2 Ash Blossom, basic cantraps, no? 3 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, 1 Lancia, 1 Baylor just to fill up spaces, double Sky Iris, 1 Terraforming, 1 triple Spiral Flame Strike, because those are the searchers basically, Duelist Alliance, 2 Dragon Shrine, because you can send Dark One with this and special summon it and do your basic combos, 2 Super Polymerization, because Super Polymerization is funny, and Time Pendulum Graph, because you can search it with double Iris. So why not play Time Pendulum Graph? I'm not playing the other one because I don't think that's necessary, but you could do it, no problem. Okie dokie, let's go to the extra deck. For the extra deck, guys, I have it again here up. You can see the extra deck. I'm playing 1 Vortex Dragon. Vortex Dragon, very good. You already know what it does. It negates, and when it's a special summon, it returns 1 to the hand. Starving Enemy Dragon, it copies. You need a Darkena Pendulum, but it copies a monster's effect on the field. Changes name, etc. No? Dragon's Tapelia, because of course you can super poly into this using Vortex and whatever. Meteorburst Dragon, no explanation there. Also clear, Supreme King Clear Wing, and the Ignister Prominence, again very basic cards in this type of decks. No? For the X6, 1 Dark Rebellion in the Supreme King form, because it's a little bit better. Raider's Knight and Arc Rebellion, I don't see a lot of people playing this in this deck. You have a lot of level 4 dark monsters. You could do Raider's Knight and just OTK your opponent easily, no? And finally, Absolute Dragon for the X's. Again, very standard, no? I don't think I need to do a full deconstruction of the deck. I think this deck is already well known, no? So, IP Masquerade, double Beyond the Pendulum. This is important because you can always need the second one. I think it's better than access code in this case. You just have Appaloosa Nightmare Unicorn. There's no need for access code really, because you can just pop things with your main deck. You have a lot of control in this deck. So access code is just something that you don't want to play if you're playing, especially Arc Rebellion. I think that's a better way to just clear boards, and you don't need to pop anything. With Unchained being popular, I think access code loses a little bit of value, but whatever, no? Finally, let's go to the side deck. I have my side deck here, no? In this case, I'm playing 1 Druid's Worm, 1 Magnamut, and 3 Baldrake. These are all my bestials that I'm playing. I don't think you need to play anything else, but I mean, you could just have all bestials in your extra deck. I really don't like that idea, so I just have these ones, no? 2 Ghost Bell to basically put in instead of some of the hand traps over there. Triple Dark Ruler no more, so you can just play on your opponent's turn, or your turn, sorry, for free. Don't worry about your opponent's board. Double Lightning Storm, that's a little bit dangerous with Unchained, but in any other matchup it's fine. And for Unchained and every other matchup that you need it to, evenly match. Very basic, very standard side deck options here. Okay. So yeah, basically that's the deck. I mean, there's not a lot of explanation. I don't want to do a 15-20 minute video explaining why am I playing 2 Arc Rebellions. Sorry, Arc Rebellion, no, Arc Pendulum Dragons instead of 3. Why I want to play this and not play that. I mean, that's just preference. I have been testing this deck for a very long time, and I think this is the most optimized version. Yes, it's 56 cards, but honestly, I prefer 56 cards in this build. You could go to 55. I take out the Time Pendulum Graph, but if you take out the Time Pendulum Graph, you basically just take out all the Magicians in that case. You don't need the Magicians in that case, and yeah, you can just save the space for whatever, no? This is, again, I'm a very fun casual player, no? I'm not that competitive. That doesn't mean it's bad to be competitive, but I'm casual. And because I'm casual, I don't focus too much on the make beta decks. Although I love Unchained very much. That's one of my favorite pet decks. I won't play Unchained this format. Not because it's popular, not because it's meta, but because I don't have the other link. And that link is very important with the new build. So yeah, while I get that, I'll just play Pendulum for YCS Cancun. We'll see how it goes. But that's everything for today. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. I think I'm back for a couple of months at least, so I have time to record, and if I want to record, I will upload videos, but if not, then you are fucked, okay? Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.